Hey, what's up, y'all? So, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the Truth About Him. This channel we talk about men and mental health and how we can get through our mental health journey and challenges, and how you, as a parent, as a spouse, as a child, as a relative, can help support us men through our journey. So, this podcast, we always talk about mental health, and sometimes we don't come out on the other side of our mental health challenges. Um, and I know a lot of us men, we go through it. We don't speak. We just feel we have to just take it and deal with the pain that comes with being a man, living in this society, and living up to what society says a man is. And sometimes we break. And a lot of times, us men fall into drug abuse, fall into depression, fall into alcohol abuse, and worst case, we commit suicide and we take our lives because we don't see a way out of the pain, of the trauma, of the pressure of being a man. And that just recently happened. I mean, it happens every day, but there's a story that broke where I live in Riverside, California, of a man, and I'll just show it to you. Man kills himself near Mount Rubidoux Riverside Trail, closed during investigation, and it says how a body was found of a man on Tuesday morning, January 16th, by Riverside PD by a hiker, and his girlfriend and his relatives were searching for him, and he was found at 9:45 a.m. And it's um it's really hard to pinpoint exactly why this young man he was a young man, why this young man committed suicide, why he decided to take his life, and why he decided to go that route. And it's like, I can definitely relate to the pressures of becoming a man, the pressures of doing what men are supposed to do as far as what society says. I can relate. And a lot of times as men, we don't reach out, we don't talk because we feel that we are supposed to just take whatever comes with the responsibility of being a man. And actually, I found out about the story because I was sent the Instagram post, and the Instagram post was talking about this suicide. And let me just show it to you. So it says, it was a sad day for someone's family. Men's mental health is important. Speak up, kings. And when I went to the comments, it was interesting what people were saying. And the first comment I saw was, it's almost like we as men can understand how dude felt, but instead of fighting through it, he gave up. Prayers to his family, but this is what almost all men go through at a stage of our lives. Just wish he would have known that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Rest up, big dog. And there's more replies, and there's one that stood out. It says, we can't speak on it. We are men. We are expected to be solid steel. And there are more comments, but that one really stuck out, because that's what we are taught to do, right? We're taught to not speak up. We're taught to not say anything. We're taught to be solid still. And there was one comment here that said that, yeah, still was solid, still was hard, but at some point it still has a melting point. And that's like so true. We can only take so much. We think we can, you know, put the weight of the world on our shoulders, but it only lasts for so long, right? And a question came up, is that why don't men speak? Why don't men talk? Why are men so afraid to be vulnerable? And I think there are several reasons why, right? Um, and I can only speculate what was going on in this young man's mind. But I know for me that one is why I didn't speak up is because it wasn't what a man was supposed to do. If you speak up and you talk about your vulnerabilities, your weakness, You're looked at as a weak man. You're looked at as someone who's not strong, right? So we shut up. We don't talk. And if you notice, women, they get together over tea, over coffee, over dinner, over brunch, and they talk about what's going on in their lives. Men don't do that. Men rather keep it to themselves because they feel like, I feel like if I tell my friend I'm struggling, if I tell my friend I feel like crying, if I tell my friend I cried, if I tell my friend that I'm hurting, he's going to look at me as weak and make fun of me. That's one reason why men don't talk. Second reason is that some men some men gather the courage to speak on their pain, to speak on what's hurting them, to speak on, hey, you know what? My mental health right now is not good. I'm at risk of depression. I'm at risk of suicide. I'm at risk of something. But a lot of times that vulnerability is used against them, not taken seriously, or looked at as he's weak, or someone doesn't really look at him and take him seriously. So when someone speaks to you, a man, and tells you, because again, we don't speak. So once we decide to speak up and say something, it's important for the people in our lives to make sure that we're heard. And as this man, we can't just stop speaking because someone is not listening or someone's not taking us serious. We have to speak and speak and speak because we can no longer hold this stuff in. We can no longer take on the weight of everybody's problems. We have to look out for ourselves. We have to make sure that we're okay because if we're okay, we can take care of other people. There's a reason why men statistically die before women because all that stress, all that pain, all that pressure we keep inside weighs on our body. We begin to get sick. We begin to have ailments. We begin to have this discomfort in our body, and we die before women. We have to get to a place where we're able to speak our minds, speak our truth, and talk about what we are experiencing. Because if we don't, this will put us, me, you, in an early grave, and then this will carry on to our sons and our sons' sons and our sons' sons' sons. We have to break the curse of men not speaking now. And I'm gonna be clear. I am a 6'4", 250-pound man, right? I'm not supposed to cry. I'm not supposed to be weak because this persona is like, oh, you're this big, strong dude. But I'll tell you this. It's okay for me to cry. It's okay for me to feel hurt. It's okay for me to be vulnerable. It's okay to say, you know what? I just can't do it. This life is becoming too much. I need someone to talk to. And doing that has changed everything for me. Doing that has changed my whole world. 2023 was a major mental health year for myself. Major. That year almost took me out. But if I didn't have the people, the resources, and the want to and the courage, I'll say it again, the courage to speak up on what I was experiencing, things will be different now. So if you're a man and you are struggling with mental health and you are struggling to speak to someone and you're struggling with the I have to take it on and be the biggest, baddest person in the room that can't take any pain or show any pain, then I want you to think about your life. I want you to think about the people that love you. Yes, you are a protector. You are a provider. But are you protecting and providing for yourself first? Because we can be the man and we can be the person out there that's taking care of everybody and putting ourselves second. But how much more prosperous and beneficial will the people in your life be if you take care of yourself first? Like they say in airplanes, when that mask drops, people, you put your mask on first and then you take care of whoever's next to you. We got to take care of ourselves first. Our mental health is one of the most important things we can do for the people that we say we love. And they love us back. If they say that, then they prove it by being there and taking our mental health seriously. The mental health crisis across the globe is important. However, the mental health crisis in men is a staggering stat. It's killing us. So please talk, please reach out, because the last thing I want is to read more stories about young men, old men, middle-aged men taking their lives because they feel that they cannot deal with the pressure of life, because we are told that we are not supposed to talk. If you know anybody out there who's dealing with mental health, any man who um, who feels that they need help, please be that person for them. And if you are a man that have fallen into a depression, that have having suicidal thoughts, please reach out to a suicide hotline and talk to someone about how you're feeling. They are there to listen. Speak up and save your life.